has been a lot of renewed investor interest in PSU stocks after the government has expressed a serious intent of strategic divestment. In fact, for FY22, the government has set an ambitious target of 1,75,000 crore in terms of divestments, and also if you look at the divestment target in FY21, it was set at 2.1 lakh crore, which was later revised to 32,000 crore. In an exclusive interview with ET Now, DIPAM Secretary Mr. Pandey did mention that privatization has to be within social economic environment that we are in, and although there are challenges towards privatization, the government is very serious of achieving the same, and that the finance minister has clearly stated about strategic divestment that the government intends to achieve. Privatization or divestment is likely to be an important structural reform, and he stated that we will not approach consolidation of PSUs from a fiscal number, but as a reform, divestment target will be met by clean stake sale and not by merging the PSUs just for a book entry. He also mentioned that the investor interest would also be taken into account, especially the fact that they will not go ahead and do divestment in a manner that will adversely impact investors, as the government owes it to the CPSE investors. Speaking about BPCL, he stated that they're targeting BPCL strategic sale to end by Q1 of FY22, which is June end, and talks are at a very advanced stage in terms of due diligence. He also mentioned that for BPCL, there would be, of course, competitive bidding, and they will be keeping the entry barriers will be low, but they would still be reasonable. In fact, in terms of the LIC IPO, which is a much awaited IPO according to a lot of market participants, and it is likely to be a huge IPO as well, Mr. Pandey did mention that critical work is already going on in terms of LIC IPO. They have put in place, professional advisors have been put in place, and work on DRHP is also going on. Process of discovery of embedded value for LIC has been started, and also he stated that FMS already indicated that LIC IPO would be in FY21-22. However, it is too early to still comment in terms of the size of the LIC IPO. It is going to be a large enough IPO, and up to 10% can be kept for policy holders. In fact, Mr. Pandey already also shared that the government has already invited bids for strategic sale of BPCL, Air India, Pawan Hans, BEML, Shipping Corporation, and Neelachal Ispat Nigam, and the process of sale of Isaac Steel or RINL have received capital nod. He also mentioned that there is a need in terms of privatization as well. India really wants productive jobs, and we need organizations that are nimble enough to respond to technological changes, and we of course need job creation, and hence he suggested that when the government in fact goes ahead and invites bids or invites expression of interest, then there should be also investors which should be lined up, in fact, to go ahead and participate in those bids. In fact, Mr. Pandey categorically stated that we need two hands to clap. So the government is in fact expressing or inviting expression of interest. We need private players to come ahead and participate in those bids. So yes, a huge amount of interest and seriousness is seen in terms of the intent and in terms of the work that is going on in terms of divestments by the government. We will keep a watch out for how the divestment target would be met, and especially the sale, a strategic sale in quite a few PSUs during this year.